Hey guys, it's Loy here, and in this video I would like to explain to you why I think that hold no longer works in 2021. So surely hold used to work back when Bitcoin was trading anywhere from a few cents to perhaps $5,000, like 5 years ago or longer. And I'm going to give you an example of why hold does not work with a typical buyer. And we're going to compare this with someone who sold near the top. Obviously not exactly at the top, because no one's a typical crypto trader would not be able to get the exact top. So we'll take that into consideration as well. Let's just say a typical trader bought started buying Bitcoin in 2018 on the first several dips. Okay, so the first dip was, let's say, 13,000. Second dip was about 10. Third dip was about 7, and it ranged for many months. And let's say the guy bought the first 3 dips, and his dollar cost average now is about 10,000. During this range, most traders typical traders did not guess it was a descending triangle, which was bearish. This is the reason why I got the $3,000 bottom. But most traders will think Bitcoin would have bottomed by now, so they did not set aside any additional funds for the final crash. So Bitcoin crashed to 3,000, and this guy probably only had a few $100 left in his savings account to buy more. I mean, I'm talking about the typical crypto investor. Not every crypto trader out there is going to have millions of dollars in funds. So we're talking about the average trader right here, okay? So maybe that might not apply to you, maybe you have millions of dollars in your bank. But in this case, this is just a typical scenario. So the year after, obviously, Bitcoin ranged, and it double bottom. So we're not going to really take consideration of that. And holding during a range period is absolutely fine. So that's not an issue. And let's fast forward another 2 years, which is today, and Bitcoin went up to 64,000. And let's say this holder trader, his target is, let's say, 200,000. Right? He would not sell any Bitcoin until he reaches to 200,000. And some holders' target is even crazy, like I've heard of 300, 500, a million. Some holders gonna hold until Bitcoin reaches $1 million. And I don't know. Now perhaps it might happen. Like I can't forecast that far in the future, but I know that this holding strategy is not worth the risk, and I'll explain to you the risk afterwards. So let's compare this strategy to someone who sells near the top, okay, with the same entry, of course. So let's say a smart trader, his dollar cost average entry is 10,000, and Bitcoin went up to 64,000. And obviously a smart trader, he probably could not get the exact top, and not most people couldn't, but a smart trader will know so we'll sell Bitcoin on the initial sign of a crash. So for example, 2 weeks ago there was a crash to 46,000, and it made, let's say, a head and shoulders pattern, and that is a bearish pattern. And he sold at 46,000, and he bought at 10. Right? So now his capital is 46,000. Let's write that down. It's too small. Give me 1 sec. 46. Okay. And the holder, obviously, he's at 64,000, even 46,000. He thinks Bitcoin is just retracing. It's going to go to $1 million or 200. Let's say his target is 200. Okay. So he's holding, and okay, we're gonna talk about hypothetical now. Let's say Bitcoin crashes back to its 2018 price, and let's for example, for hypothetical case, let's just say it drops. The bottom is 20,000. Okay, at 20,000, the holder is at his profit is at 20,000. Right. Hold 20,000. Okay, balance. So at 20,000, the guy who did not hold has 46,000 in stable coins, and he's gonna buy in. So, he'll get near. Let's say the bottom is 20,000. He might not get exactly the bottom, but he got near the bottom. So he could buy. Now he can buy 2 Bitcoin. So his balance is still 46,000, but right now, whatever the holder makes, this guy is going to make 2 times his money because he has 2 times the Bitcoin instead of 1. We're comparing one to one. So they both started with 1 Bitcoin at 10,000, and now this guy has enough capital for 2 Bitcoin. So, okay, trader. Let's say a swing trader. So whatever profit the swing trader makes in the future, we have to times 2 now. Remember, they both started with 1 Bitcoin, and the swing trader sold at near the top and bought back again. And at 20,000 Bitcoin, if you have 46,000, even though if you didn't get the exact bottom, let's say you could buy roughly 2. So for example's sake, let's just say, let's round off to 2 Bitcoin. This guy has 1 Bitcoin at 20,000. So let's say the next top is, we're going to zoom out to the monthly chart now. The next top, let's say the next top, this is just hypothetical. I'm not saying my forecast is here, but let's say the next bull run, the top is 180,000, and this guy, the holder's target is 200,000, or this is conservative hold target. Like most holders is gonna probably hold it to $1 million or something. But let's just say this holder's target is 20,000. Okay, so at the first sign, okay, and let's say the actual top was 180, and obviously it started dropping, and after it dropped 30,000, this swing trader, intermediate swing trader, not an expert, it doesn't have to be an expert, sees the first sign of a drop of $30,000 drop, which is pretty crazy. Maybe it made another head and shoulders or some sort of bearish pattern. So he sold at 150,000. And remember, he has 2 Bitcoin. So now at 150,000 times 2 Bitcoin, he is up, let me write this down, 300,000. Swing trader balance now is 300K. Just do the math. This is very simple math, okay? Just times by 2, 30,000. And at this, okay, he took profit. Now this 300K is in his bank, not on the exchange at 150,000. And obviously at 150,000 it's still oversold, so it's going to drop. Let's say most Bitcoin crashes, let's say it crashes minimum 80%, at least based on history, okay? So I'm using statistics based on historical crashes, and a 80% Bitcoin crash is not far-fetched at all. It has happened 3 or 4 times already. So let's say we crash about 80%. That will bring it to, let's say 80% is about 36,000 from 180. And at 36,000, the holder's equity is, this is not even profit, because profit only is profit if you take profit. Holder's equity, not even profit. You can't even say that it's profit, is 36,000. So at the bottom, in 10 years later, because well, say the bottom is 2028, the bottom in this particular year. So 10 years later, the holder's equity is 36,000. 10 years later, the swing trader with no position has 300,000 in the bank, and at 36,000, guess how much Bitcoin he can buy? He can buy almost 10. Well, this I'll give you exact. So 300 divided by 36. This man how many Bitcoins he can get. He can get about roughly 8. So he can get 8. Okay. So at 36,000 bottom, the holder's equity is 36,000. Now the swing trader has 8 times this, 8 times Bitcoin. And once again, if let's say Bitcoin finally hits the holder's target at 200,000, right? So at 200,000, I'll give you the maths. 200,000, the swing trader has 8 Bitcoin. 8 Bitcoin times 200,000 is 1.6 mil. So, okay, let's write this down. Swing trader, equity now, is 1, okay. And the holder's equity is, the holders finally will take profit, because that is his target, right? Holder, TP, take profit, balance is 200K. So the holder decides to take profit because he reaches 200,000 target, and the swing trader's equity at the same time the holder took profit is 1.6 mil. So 1.6 mil divided by 200,000 is 8 times. So okay, so you can see the clear difference here. Obviously, the difference gets wider and wider as you go up, but you know, let's just stop the example here. The point I'm trying to make is a swing trader versus a holder can get up to 8, even more. Like in the long term, it's ridiculous. Like the difference is ridiculous. Like if the top of here is even higher, like the difference can be, you know, 10, 20 times the difference. But for this example sake, the difference between a holder and a swing trader is minimum. This is minimum 8 times, because this is definitely not the top. If it's just broke the previous top, it's going to be higher. So this guy's equity is going to shoot through the roof, and the holder's target is reached. Remember, this guy is adamant that he's going to take profit at 200, and let's say, you know, not that much more, let's say 300,000. So 300,000, if this at 300,000 the swing trader has 8.3 Bitcoin, right? So 8.3, that's $2.5 million. So the swing trader, let's say this could be the actual top. So in reality, the swing trader will once again take profit near the top, and he will make roughly, maybe a bit less because he didn't get the exact top. You know, let's say 2.2 mil instead of 2.5. 0.2 mil. So 2.2 versus 200. So the swing trader is 11 times more profitable than someone who hold. And there you have it. That's just a comparison of the two strategies. So there you go. If you like this video and you want more content, please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you'll get notified when I have a new video. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video.